Oh, hi, I'm at the UK Games Expo in Birmingham, and it was Sylvia, is that
Yes.
correct? And Flavio?
Yes.
Flavio, all right. And they're going to tell us about this really cool game that they have here in the figurines and what went into it, and I'll pass you the mic.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
So, hi guys. Well, this is Malediction, our first game by Loot Studios. This is a mixture of miniatures and card game where you buy the cards and print the miniatures the way you want to set the army for your battles. So you have 4 different factions. You have Conclave of the Spheres, you have Primal Blood, you have Legion of the Fallen. Primal Blood is
Primal Blood?
yes.
All right.
Legion of the Fallen here, and Order of the Shattered Throne over there. Each faction has a Seeker, which is the leader of the group. Sigrid, Thundersteps, Polinor over there, and Vorendal here. So you build the way you want, and you start playing the game, summoning the creatures or evoking the magic you want to do on the battlefield. The fun part is that each scenario also works in the game. So if you're walking through a scenario, for instance, if you're walking through a terrain, this kind of terrain from the Primal Blood gives you damage, so you don't want to walk around. And the other goes cut line of sight. The other one give you cover. So you set up the table the way you want. Your opponent do the same, and you have a quick battle for 45 to 1 hour max. And you can increase the number of creatures. You can make it bigger, make it smaller, make it faster, deadlier. It's up to you.
Do you mind if I...
Yes, please, yes.
Hi, Fabio here, just for anyone who's listening. Hey there. Some things that I think are really unique to Malediction and are really cool is instead of you deploying all your units on the first round and then I have to move everything and then you move everything, right? As we play the cards, the units are deployed. So each round you have chance to deploy more and more units. And even you can deploy units not only in your deploy zone, which are these quarters here, up to 4 players, yes. But also, if you have a unit on the map, starting on future rounds, you can actually deploy other units nearby, meaning 1 inch to them.
Okay.
So they don't need to deploy all the way back and then move. They can already start in the fray of battle, right? And I think that's something very unique. You also have spells in your deck, right? So sometimes your opponent sees your hand, they don't know if you really have units or if you have spells, right? Even I really like the Conclave of the Spheres. I think that in a nutshell, their game design is counter spell. So whenever your opponent plays a spell, since they're all about like magicians and studying meta magic, they can just counter stuff from straight out of your hand by paying the echo, which is the cost you use to play units and spells.
So how do you win the game?
You win the game by eliminating your opponent,
Okay.
or when you go and elevate the mastery until
40 is the general.
40 points.
40 points.
Yeah, so you
Oh, wow.
count here.
Yeah.
So when you get to 40, the battle is done.
So, do you mind if I steal the microphone? So how do you gain these mastery points? There are 2 ways to gain mastery points. You either kill enemy units, and then you gain mastery points equal to the cost in Echo that you spent to deploy them. So the stronger a unit is, there's also a risk that your opponent, by killing it, will gain a lot of mastery, right? Where if you put a bunch of like cheap units, like skeletons or something, your opponent has to go through a whole horde to acquire that same mastery, right? And also the other way is by claiming these husks, which are basically fallen warriors that they have still a lot of energy in them. And when you claim a husk, you claim a relic, which are these powerful cards that can enhance your unit. So this sword gives you a free attack every turn, for example, right? And these are game-changing relics that once, not only do you gain the 10 mastery by claiming one, but it also really enhances your power.
Is there a limit of how many relics you can collect?
Each model can have 1 relic at a time, but there is a but.
Yeah.
If a model that is holding a relic ever dies,
Yeah.
they actually become a husk.
Okay.
And anyone can go and manifest a different relic from that. and you lose your mastery points as well. So there's this push and pull of keeping and holding these objectives.
Yeah. Right. Anything you want to add from that, or?
We're here. It's our first game. We're very eager to show people what we're bringing to them. Thank you. This is our first game. Like I said, we'll just get them ready from GameFound. So the production's full speed now. We might start delivering the game by the end of this month, beginning of the next one. And we're very happy and very excited for the feedback. Oh yeah, every time you get the box, you get the code for the downloading the miniatures, but also you have the standees, so you can play right away. So you can mount the standees, hey, while you're printing, you can start playing. So this is what we're bringing to you.
Something else I've seen people do that I've noticed online is they try it out through the standees, and then they know what they want to actually download and print, because sometimes you buy a box and you actually only want half of the models, right? And in this case, you can tailor build your army, right, as you play. So sometimes you look at the unit and you don't see much use to it, then you don't print it, and then maybe in the future you say, oh, I actually want this because it's going to set up a combo or whatever, and then you can print it later, right? So it really helps trickle down not just the cost, but the hobbying time, right?
So I guess my question is, because you said this is a new game, how many people are working on the game, and how long have you been working on it for? And then also, what is the pricing for the game?
All right. So a lot of questions. There are many people working in the game. If you take game design, artists, and so on, we have over 20 people. I'm not even counting all the artists who did all the cards. So underneath each card, you can see the name of whoever did the art. And that is, I don't know how many. It's like tens or maybe hundreds. I'm not sure. Also, how long? I know that Loot Studios has been working on this game for about 4 years at this point. So it went through many iterations, and they really wanted to do a quality product, not just in the components, but really in the gameplay itself. So they decided to spare no expense or time in developing and only showing it to the public when they had something that they were very confident with. I personally just joined Loot Studio last November. When I saw their game, I was like, if I quit, will you hire me? And they're like, yeah, come on board. And I was there the next month, right? Because I just fell in love with Malediction. And sorry, how much does it retail? If I'm not mistaken, Silvio, please correct me. It's a faction box which comes everything that exists for that currently for that faction is $60. Prices may vary. Currently, it's $60. US dollars. I'm not sure how that converts. I apologize.
Because we changed the size of the box.
So
the prototyping, we changed the size of the box to make it more accessible. Change the size of the box to make it more accessible. So we are reviewing the price as well. So this is something that when you buy the box, you get everything from the faction.
Yeah.
That the whole miniature for the starter, for the expansion, everything there. And after that, once we start delivering the boxes for the people who bought from GameFound, and once we start giving the boxes for the retailers, we already have a roadmap for future products. Fabio and his team is working now on expansion, so we already have a lot of things coming for people who are already playing the game on conventions and shows, and they're playing on TTS and join our community on Discord. So that's the whole thing.
Also, if you don't want to buy the box with the standees and all these punch board cutouts, you're already a veteran hobbyist and you just want to go straight to the 3D printing, we do sell what they call the deck box, which comes with all the cards, the QR code, and the die, because the die is cool. You always want the die. And but then there's one for each faction, right? And we sell each faction box individually. So
You get one faction.
yes, exactly. You just get one faction, but you get everything. A full deck is 30 cards, but just so you know, in the box you get 84 cards. So there's a lot of 15 relics and then 60 something faction cards, which means you can actually mix and match. It's not just a starters box, it's a faction box. Also here, that the things that you are filming are just for the demo experience, meaning there are only 5 models per faction, but actually the faction box comes with 26 models, if I'm not mistaken, total. And also some models you can have repeats. For example, you could have 2 of these Warfront commanders, but you the STL files, if you can have 2 of them in your army, you would have 2 poses. We'd have no twins in this game.
Okay. Yeah. What about what's the amount of models that they can download the 3D print versus how many coming in the box? So how many additional is it?
Oh,
And then
so
how often are you guys going to release expansions as well on top?
okay, so
Yeah.
when you buy the box, no models are in the box per se, right? You get the STL files, and then you can print as many as you want. So, for example, if you want to print your Seeker, which is the leader of the faction, if you want to have 5 copies of them for whatever reason, if you want to paint them in different styles, or you want to kit bash, right? You can download as many as you want.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the great advantages nowadays, right, with 3D printing. So. But once again, if you want to like play it out of the box, like you want to give it as a Christmas present to a kid or something like that, they can open it from under the Christmas tree and play straight away with the standees, and everything that you need to play is in the box with the cardboard, unless, like I said, you're a veteran player and you want to get just the cards, the die, and the STLs. And then that box, just that, I think is $40 US dollars. And also, you get all the terrain files for your faction. So if you do buy the Primal Blood faction, for example, you would get this giant that is bleeding blood, you'd get the hand, and 3 more terrain STL files for that faction. So 5 total. Yeah, exactly.
You were going to add something? Or...
I'm just saying that if you go to, I'm not used to that small. When you go to our website, malediction.gg, you can go there, you can download the rulebook if you want to learn how to play the game. You have 2 free minis to download as well. You have the Vakarian Priest and the Tarok Beast, which is that one, for free. You can download that and print by yourself. You can also have the TCS model that you can go and play online with the community before you buy the game. So we don't want any surprise. You taste the game, read the rules, print a miniature, paint it, and then if you decide to join us, you're more than welcome. Okay.
Any questions for you? Do you have any questions? No? All right.
I just have
No, you're fine. No, I'm here for you.
Okay, perfect.
Cool from.
Yeah, we're just a duo, like stumbling through the. Okay, so in the TTS module, we really want to like get it out there because it has all the cards in the game and all the we put them in standee form because it's just easier for you to play. It's not that heavy on your computer, and you can try the whole game as many times as you want before you decide to buy it. We really believe we have top-notch gameplay and top-notch models. That's why you can try the game for free. You can download 2 models for free. And we really want everyone to see that we're not hiding anything behind a paywall.
Yeah.
Try it first, try it for free, and then come join us in Malediction.
Yeah, that's everything. All right. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you so much for
All
your
right.
time.